Okay, page 7. Refuge in bodhicitta. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge. To inherit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge. Through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge. Through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, subduer the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, subduer the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With his supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean. To you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, and all aspects. With supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash, a lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure, white, heaped curd like cloud, O Losang Dragpa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, famed glory outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted three vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life essence-full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable Losang Dragpa's essential teaching specially shine forever. Migme te wer ter chen chen raising, dream me kien pei wang po jam pa yang, du pung ma lu zom ze sang wei da, gong chen ke pei tu gien tong ka pa, lo zang drag pei jab la so wa deb. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus have I heard at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha and Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time the Superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, was looking perfectly at the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Sariputra said to the Superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, how should a child lineage train who wishes to gauge in the practice of profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the Superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, replied to the Venerable Sariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter lineage wish to gauge in the practice of profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Empty is not other than form. Form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors of consciousness are empty. Sariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Sariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomena. There is no I element and so forth up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance and so forth up to no aging and death and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Sariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies suffering, this is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhisoha. Sariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the Superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, well said, O child lineage, so it is. The profound wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Sariputra, the Superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the Holy Supreme Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host, three-placed Dakinis. Tayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisoha. Through the power of the truth, the exalted three-jewel speech, may all decided negativity, such as the four Maras, be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they become pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, Shanti Courier Soha. The 80,000 types of obstacles pacified, freed from adverse, harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Ground perfume anointed flowers strewn Meru for Jetsun Lama Dampa Kyenam Ki Kukala Kyense Trindrigne Jitartampe Duje Dinma Lajabge Choki Charpawab tu so Idam Guratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami Chodam Chamdim Chamnam La Jangcho Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Daki Chonyam Chamne Chamna Kir Drola Penchir Sangedra Parshal Chodang Chokne Nam La Jangcho Bardu Dagni Chamsuchi Daki Chonyam Chamne Chamna Kir Drola Penchir Sangedra Parshal Chodang Chomdim Chamnam La Chamchu Bardu Dagni Chamchu Tir Dagni Chodim Chamne Chamna Gir Drola Penchir Sange Draparshu
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
Good.
It's hot. Now we have to start. We have to deal couple, maybe 2 months to hot weather. Before we, maybe 6 months, we have to deal cold weather. Anyway, welcome back. And also, we have very good event last week. This is the last week, right? Yeah. Last Friday. It is very wonderful. Everything is very good, smooth. Then I think Buddha will be very happy. Also God, Shiva, Amen, all very happy. I think they all the Buddha or gods, they wish to more peace, more happiness all over. Therefore we did very wonderful job, everybody. Because it's become very wonderful, smooth, it's because all of you work very hard. Everybody work, usually I say, we all work together. Then whatever we want, we can do. We can. Work together, more strong power. Therefore, all of you, very hard working, special Marian, and Kimber, very hard working. And thank you for all of you. Then Jeff, it sounds perfect. Everybody say, oh, you guys have rent someplace? You guys hide this guy? Usually I go to also the Tibetan parties. Usually Tibetan association, they have their own sound system. Always something all the time. They have a lot of problems. They all know. Then he said, "Where you guys hide? Are you guys hide the police?" I said, "No, this is our student." Anyway, very wonderful, all of you. All of you. Very, very hardworking. Then Kus also very hardworking. Everything is to move. Anyway, I cannot mention everyone's name also, not necessary. Anyway, everyone very hardworking, focus. Then we have very good event. I think that everyone, whoever comes, they're all happy. A lot of parents also call me, we have to do next year again. It's very wonderful. Also, especially we advise for all the religions. This is a very, I believe this. If all religions, the leaders become more close, more, support each other, then it is possible to peace world. Because most people follow their own religion's leaders, right? Then leaders also say, oh, their religion, then, how you call it? We say, criticize each other. Then, then who the follow the religion, also they got, it moved that direction. Therefore, always His Holiness Dalai Lama also, his one goal is the religious harmony. Therefore, we did very good job. All religions come together, pray. Therefore, everybody happy. Therefore, humans happy, God's happy, then it's perfect. And also you guys wearing that very, what do you call it? Wonderful cloth. I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say. I just said that, all of you very, professional. What's it? Profession? Profession, It is good, Usually Western, the tradition, people going to die. The funeral, everybody very, very, very special. Then wearing, too, right? Yep. Usually Tibetan tradition, they don't do that, the funeral. They don't dress special. I think wearing, they do, they're all special. Then also special occasion, the Tibetan tradition, they do the, Buddhism special ceremony days. They try to, wear special clothes. You can see most Tibetan girls, they're wearing their own tradition dress. The guys, the lazy, they try to wear it, they just only shirt. Is it shirt? Who is it? Shirt, yeah. Therefore, that day I saw all of you very professional. It's very wonderful. It's also respect for Buddha, offering for Buddha. In Buddhism, the text is, if you take in the Mahayana precepts, take shower, wearing the new cloth, but it's too early, right, for us to take shower. And especially, when there's you going to Buddha's statue, consecrate, you have to wearing the new cloth. Take shower, new cloth, eat all white food. Then you can do the consecration. Therefore, it is also Buddha's teaching. Because this is also for respect. And then for Buddha. Therefore, that day I saw you guys also very professional. Everybody wear very, special suits, nice clothes, It's very wonderful. Then you guys chanting is also so beautiful, so wonderful. Sometimes people have some special things. The Western people study Buddhism, they don't know anything. They don't know how you do it. But also they show you guys know how you do chanting. Also, it's very wonderful. All of you, very good job. Thank you for all of you. And I'm very happy. Then I hope you all are very happy. It's hard working, that is good hard working. Yeah, this is one also we serve Buddha's teaching. We serve His Holiness Dalai Lama's goal. We serve Lama Sabarambachi's goal. Therefore, we serve Kurukulla Center. It is very wonderful. It's a very, we did very good job. Also, before that, we have covered this. Also, we recite the mantra. Then next week, we have to do the animal liberation, I think this year, we Sagadava very good. We all very good job. And therefore, I would like to say, give my heart, all of you, thank you. And so much. Okay? Good. Then, because we create a lot of positive karmas. Sometimes that time also we have a little bit, everybody say good, then a little bit too ego. Oh, we did a good job. Oh, this is all not good, but it's not ego. Everybody enjoy, enjoy is very, easy, more strong power. Therefore, all of you who come here, not doesn't matter. How many? All of you, they're not here? Anyone they're not missing? You're not here? Then,
It's in the chanting at home.
oh, okay, it's good. Anyway, then whoever come, they saw what it did. Weather also, that day weather is very, all day raining. But it's Buddhism, the rain's good. They bring also, when holiness go to everywhere, now raining many days, when holiness come, start to raining. They shows all the Nagas happy. All the landlords, Nagas happy, then they give the rain. Therefore, after they finish, before also when not covered, not raining. But that day we got a lot of rain, but that doesn't damage for us. When we start the program, they stop raining. Therefore, they shows the Nagas also happy. Therefore, very good job. Then thank you. Then we create a very good positive karma. Then it's very strong because many people pray together as many different powers. Very strong power. One my friend and the peace was a prince. Peace. He's what you call favor. He went to many events. This is his favorite event. His favorite event. It's not Buddhism. He's the what you call teacher or the Catholic Christian, not Catholic. They're different, right? It's my favorite. It's amazing event. Therefore, he likes. His God also like. Right? Therefore, I think we did a good job. And because all of you work very hard, not just me. I didn't do. I just said, do that. You have to be careful. When Geshe says change things, do that. Because for me, difficult to win. One things to complete. What happened that time, just for me easy. Otherwise, before thinking, then things done, then the moment they start, it's a different idea come in, therefore change that. But thank you everybody. you by patient, hardworking. It's very good. We create big positive karma. Even this is benefit for other sentient beings. Many people are happy. Many people get chance to see all the religions come together, they pray. Maybe people never saw this before. Especially Buddha's birthday, especially Buddha's chief enlightenment, especially Buddha shows for all sentient beings impermanent to pass away. Special day, all the religions come pray together, good occasion, a lot of people happy. This is also benefit for others. If we know how to benefit others, it's very, whatever you do, things to also benefit others. Therefore, thank you everybody. Very good job. Then we talk about the special text. The text is talking about, very honest text. It's not it's not Western. Westerns also sometimes, if their heart not very like that, they say very nice words. They're different, right? Inside, outside different. We call also Central Tibetan. We call Yutsang. Inside, outside different. Therefore, they're very smart. They do. Even inside, they doesn't like. They want to do something bad. They say very nice words, use them, but this text is a very kamba, very strict. Just you're wrong here, you did here, Therefore, all the sentient beings who has a feeling, we call sentient beings, who has a feeling. Therefore, Buddhism believes that tourists have no feeling, but they have, some sort, but not same as the sentient beings. They have some sort, but not same as us. Therefore, who has feeling, it is same as us to wish to happiness and free from all the sufferings. Then, free from all the sufferings means not very too terrible things happen. Anyway, for happy, too happy. The happy start not outside, right? The outside is the only condition. The main happiness is start inside, right? Usually food and house, the friends, the big condition for bringing for our happiness, right? Is correct? Food, house, then friends. But in your mind is not happy, the moment that doesn't matter how much delicious your food, how much nice, how nice your house, how nice your friend. If your mind is not happy, they cannot change anything, right? Because you have more power. This is for all of us have very big experience. Therefore, start to happy inside is no need any names, no need any permissions. Right? We don't want to say any permission. Can I start to I'm happy? We don't need to anyone to ask for permission, right? Otherwise, we have to go. Maybe kids have to go out. They have permission from parents. You have to day off. You have to permission from your boss, right? But start happiness. We have to start our own. Start first. Therefore, but we don't need any permissions. Anyone. Right? Do you guys want permission? Do we have to say, ask someone to, can I do start to happiness? No, right? Therefore, if just forgot the previous life and the future life, just forgot too long, just this life, I think we already finished our half life, if I'm not very bad word. I'm now 45. If I stay fun, right? I think more than half is gone. Right now, we cannot see many people to 90 years old. If you're 90 years old, some people, most people, like just look like, very, not very stable mind. Then, therefore, I believe I'm also more than half is already gone. Right? Then you guys also half, less half, more than half, almost half. Therefore, we have good things, bad things, happy. We try many things, right? I think you guys try many things. You have a lot of different experience. Therefore, still we are not very comfortable. Now we start Buddhism. I hope all of you a little bit understand. Problem, same time, same situation, but the who study Buddhism and the who not study any Buddhism is very different. Because who study different Buddhism, they learn a lot of things too. How you deal, how you fight the difficult situation. Who doesn't start, who doesn't have any idea about this, more worst. Even you sick, the more worst. Because this is not power of Buddhism. This is the power of Buddha's idea, philosophy, how you think, how you, if you have something wrong, what do you think that time? What do you have to think that time? Who can you blame? Is it blame?
Yeah.
Therefore, we teach start from your heart, your mind. Because if you really think, if you really seriously think, it's really true. Usually we don't think, we say, oh, he fall, she fall, her fall, their fall, right? Usually we don't think. Anyway, we have problems. We complain others, right? Right? Are you guys complain? You say, oh, because they're wrong. Usually we don't think of our inside. But really you deep think, and you think and Buddhism philosophy put together. It's very makes sense. It's very makes sense. Therefore, study, then you thinking, you teach your mind, then even the scientists, they say, as a person is very happy person and person is not happy person have the same disease. The person is happy, it's easy to recover easy to the person. They shows we have our mind has very strong power. Right? Therefore, everybody has problem. Everybody has a problem, small problem, big problem, medium problem, right? It was not perfect. Maybe today okay, then tomorrow something wrong. This morning when you get up it's okay, then maybe afternoon it's not okay. Therefore, we all have. First we meet, we don't talk each other's problems, but maybe you more close, then you start talk more, then you start the problems talk, right? All of us. Even His Holiness Dalai Lama said, I met the very famous person, very rich person. It doesn't matter. First we met, they say, hi, how are you? Like that. Then we talk more and more, then they told the stories, they start all the problems. Right? We don't meet very famous rich person about our community, our Manzugu. Manzu lovers naro. Manzug, the Manzundo. Manasundo. We, right? I think same as our. We are most same, right? We are not very famous. I don't know you guys. Are you guys very famous? maybe you guys are very famous. But doesn't matter, And we are not very rich. That we are all of us have enough. Then we have also problems. Everybody has small problem, big problem. Therefore, if you really study Buddhism philosophy, thinking is true or not, it's really help. We say, okay, I get angry because he or she do something wrong, or maybe she hit. Then Shantideva say, are you angry? Who? I'm angry the person. Then he said, the person is not harm you. The who harms maybe mala. We beat mala. I was monastery. I beat the young monks to mala. I'm not very, what you call. The kids are very scare me. When monastery, the mala is very useful. You can recite the manapama. The way you get an emotion or something, we use to the, what you call? Wood, yeah. Therefore, it's very useful. When we monastery, in the early morning we have to, every 5:30, 5 o'clock we have to get up to puja. Usually we sleep, so we study time, most 11, 11:30, 12. Not much time sleep. The morning go puja, weather's very hot, very cloudy, we fall asleep. The discipline come in, beat us this. But this beat is, Western study is very bad, right? So they beat the people. But our tradition is not bad. It's not beat very angry, just make sure that all things are doing well. But it is very good. Even you have something very bad. Sometimes, you are very, very heavy, we don't want to move. We don't find, I have this sick, but something heavy, something like very tight. If you got this two mala, you complete, you cover. Because they shows you do something, do wrong, the law of the monastery. Because they punish them, then they complete you, what you call, cover or finish. Therefore, anyway, what I have to talk this. Therefore, think, we say, now we example, hit the mala, I heard the mala. The Shantideva say, the person doesn't hit you, the mala hit you. Right? Mala hit me, right? You cut the finger, the knife, no person, knife cut, right? Then the person says, no. The knife of mala has no choice because they control the person. It's true? Right? That's true, right? Then Shantideva says, no. The person has no choice. The person is control the delusion. It's true? Therefore, we cannot complain the person. If you complain the something, you have to complain the delusion. You think about this exactly, like the slowly, we have to think it's true or not just say, oh, Buddhism say, oh yeah, they say we have to accept. Not like that. It's true or not. They say if you're very angry person. You never ever happy. It's true or not? You say, if I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm not happy, right? We all have experience. Therefore, anyway, and the purpose of study Buddhism is the exchange our mind. Little bit exam for our mind. If I'm doing wrong or not, usually we say, he doing wrong, she doing wrong, he fall, she fall. We always complain others. Now we sometimes get back, how I do, how I'm doing actions. But it's very, very accept for us. I fall. Sometimes people say I fall. The most we don't say I fall, right? Or he fall, she fall, they fall. Then even very difficult situation, this checks to say how you deal this. The person, very strong, open mind, relaxed mind, people, more stable person. Also, person has a lot of experience, a lot of problems. The whole person has never experienced problems. Those people together, it's big difference. They can also go through the problem, right? Who has a lot of experience, they have done many things, they say, oh yeah, this is always me. There's nothing wrong. Who has never done this, happened that, then say, what can I do? It's big for me. It's true, right? I think this is especially you guys here. When you grow up, you perfect, everything is perfect. I don't know, maybe you guys, it's now the kids are perfect. Maybe you guys, when you guys kid that time, I don't know how much. But you have not many problems, right? When you guys different society, different culture grow up. Therefore you have not experienced many problems. Now you have to, sit on your feet. You have to deal with all the problems. Then you cannot accept. Then you say, I can't do this. It's impossible, unacceptable, right? You guys, this happen, right? Then the person has a lot of experience, good, bad, happy, things. Then they say, oh yeah, this is nature. Because the problem cannot harm the person. The difference, the experience. Therefore, experience is very important. Therefore, a little bit thinking, what we call it. We say meditation means also thinking. There are two kinds of meditation. Analytical meditation means you have to, check everything. How you make, Therefore, meditation means not just always stay here, just thinking like that. Not silent, analytical meditation. It's also thinking is, some teachers, also they debate their own mind, How about that? How about this? How about this? If you do this, this happen, Therefore, anyway, the Buddha said, all problem is you always follow your own thought, own idea. Therefore, you have a lot of problems. You don't accept any other's idea. It's true? Because we say, always, what I say, this is the correct. What I do, this is the right way. What I think, this is the right way, right? You will think? That I do my best, you say. But we stuck here. They show something wrong. Therefore, we try to best, but not always follow our thoughts. This is very important. The purpose to study Buddhism. subdued or a little bit, less angry, less jealous, less attachment, less stressed. Shantideva said, if it is something happen, stress doesn't work. It will happen. If you stressed or not, doesn't matter, it's trying to happen. If it is fixable, nothing to stress, because you can fix. If you stress doesn't fix. If not possible to fix, then not to also stressed. What's a stressed? Because the stress makes you short life also.
Yes.
Right? Short life, unhappy person, you lose our own relatives, friends. Some we can say the wild animals. Some wild animals, they cannot deal with any animals, always fight. They berserk. We can see, right? Some animals always with the together, then more peaceful, right? Like that, person also who has more stressed, more angry, more jealous, then that kind of person also slowly lose all the friends. The one day you have to stay by yourself. Then if you have to something very big happen, you don't know who can you call. You not believe anyone. You not trust anyone. Right? You say, who you call? Because you just push all your friends, family members. You are not pleased to call. You are not pleased to ask to help, because you not trust anyone. Right? Therefore, trust is very important. The trust is very important means not just blind trust. Trust everyone. Just some person to the street, give the car key. I believe, I trust them. Not like that, Examination, investigation, then trust. They are also a good person, bad person. You have to also understand. They know, how you do it. But everybody says, I trust you, not like that. Therefore, trust is very important. Then respect is very important. Then more stable mind is very important. Now we are all not kids. We are all adults. Right? You guys are adults or kids? I think we body and age is adults. Our mind is like kids. If someone says something wrong, then you just complete. Someone says very nice. Oh, hi. We give kids for ice cream. They're very happy. You say, I'm not giving ice cream. They're very sad, like that. Therefore, open mind. More stable mind. More stable is very important. Not easy to very happy. Not easy to very sad. Just always big ocean. Big ocean is very stable. They move that they not very move strong. The small lake, which one is not lake? Is the lake move? Some water go to very strong, equal. Maybe here rivers, yeah. Not same as rivers, okay? Rivers go very fast. Not like that, like ocean. Ocean cannot change. Just even they moving there slowly, right? Therefore, our minds, we need to relax ocean. We can drop many things there. Many animals inside that. But ocean can hold all them. Like that. Good, bad, nice word, bad word, we can hear. Just we can accept, No, we can keep, they cannot trust our, happy. Okay, they cannot trust our peaceful life. Like that. Anyway, try to study and a little bit thinking. This is very important, okay? Not just, Buddhism said that, we have to do that. That's it, not like that. It's true or not? It's work or not? If something not work, then we say, Buddha said that, but this is not really true. Like that. we have complete free to all, investigations. Okay? Like that, then anyway, we did very good job last 2 weeks. Thank you all of you. Then we go to the verse 56. I think you guys 50. Are you guys 57? What? You guys 57, right? Okay. Then this text is also specific. Now here they talk about what kind of person for us. They talk about what the human beings like. Now we say is it true or not, okay? This text explains what human beings usually like, what human beings usually do. This text is written many thousands of years ago, but that's how human beings doing, how human beings thinking here, okay? Therefore, then tane junde chela jitso ti jitso maso ane duse chulan dana ngamsim chan punja tobin kola chinde da shimini la mara yas tero
기도 chela 들어요.
ro junde chela data nyo kadando.
So last time we talked about the verse 57, right? And according to the Tibetan text, the sequence in the Tibetan text was 57 was first, and then 56 was the later one. So today we're going to go through the 56, okay? So in the 56, it says, although my desire for comfort is great, I don't accumulate its cause. Although my tolerance for suffering is small, my desire and greed are great. Roar and thunder on the head of the destroyer, false construction, mortally strike at the heart of the butcher, the enemy ego.
You understand? What do you think? Are we like that person? Are you guys like this? 다 네게 되나라서나 강제 라자 셈친 아니 간디지 바나 대원지 dunga 만다면 샤다 다 시에미고 바래 들어.
So like it says here, although my desire for comfort is great, so which means in a simple word, it means like we want, right? Yeah, that's what it means. We want to be happy, because as a sentient beings, we all want to be happy and we don't want to have any sufferings.
다디 나네자 당가서 미세야 돼. 디 미세야 돼. 다 쩐도 체식. 아니 대한다 강도지 최종하면 봐. 다 최준의 강도 다 밀려 최준의 요 말에 들어와.
And especially the human beings don't have any limit, to the happiness that they want to have. Right? They want to have as much happiness as possible.
All right. We have never ever enough, right? There are some animals, some dogs, cats, they got food, and then nice place to sleep. They don't wish too many things, right? Especially the wild animals, when they got food, then they have place to sleep, safe place. Then they not. The human beings, more. You are more than the nice, right? 근데 다 밀어야 다 된지까지 다 가서 기부 거와들라 다 최저는 말을 들어와 최종 말했어.
So there's no limit, to the happiness that human beings wants.
근데 다 간주 다 신 된지가 돈에 기부 영화대 아니 방모지 다 농실라테는 영고요. 그래서 대 농실라테는 영화대야 다 저대 저거만 저도 맞으면 다 간주 농실 연구 말아 왔어.
And so the physical or external happiness comes from properties, wealth, and so forth, right? And again, in order to have those wealth or the properties, then we need to create a cause. So without having created a cause, we'll not be able to acquire any wealth or possessions.
그러와 안에 단단한도 변화직 롱숏 야보 용에도 네 제왕 가만나서 짐바동을 디근 제발하다는 용어요. 그래서 지금만 사서 말이에요.
And so those of us who have ample wealth or plenty of wealth is the result of the practice of generosity that we have engaged in our previous lives. So it is, if we haven't had done any practice of the generosity, then there will no result of being wealthy and so forth.
안에 단단한도 지지체인데 다 지금 내가 전도 단단도 그런 견도 거라서 아니 님의 초도 사면은 가리면 가르치는 딱 그만 남도로 말했어요.
So the real cause of being wealthy, is the generosity. Now, of course, then there's a condition, right? And the condition may be that we do something, do some kind of a job, or get some kind of a job, like by chance get some kind of job that pays really well and allows us to make a lot of money. So these are all conditions. The real cause, is the generosity.
와 배차샤와나 나바로 샤샤와나 나바 야보데 가도 텐을 용어 말아서 그 엄마네 뭐 지원 담을 고 야보 지원데 지원 엄마 고 저와요 고미 따라서.
So for example, the look, the appearance, the look, and that we have, it's not something that we made in this life, right? It came with our birth. From the time we were born, it came with us, right? So when did we create that cause? The cause to have such and such kind of look. The good look is the result of practicing patience. So if you have a good look, if you are born with a good look, then that's the result of having practiced patience in your previous lives.
근데 가서 내렸다 메이크업 전에 가져오면 좀 mambo 가르치나지고 tembo이 되면 와서 소소라 맞아야 보면은
And so that good look, is from the practice of general, the patience that you have practiced in the previous life. So even though we try to put all these makeups to make it look good, but that doesn't, stand for a long time, right?
just one day you have to wash every day tomorrow put again 근데 당은 니나라 가는 당 안도건 내죠 대화레스 문제야 둥아레 들어와 아주 간대야 제 대화레 문제 둥아레스 와
So what we want to have is happiness, and what we don't want is suffering, right?
근데 내가 대화세다 문제 둥아세니까 아니 gelат네 거 그래서 gelат네
So both these happiness that we want and the suffering that we don't want come from causes.
근데 이면다 내가 대화인데 대외적 잡고 그래서
So since we want to have happiness, therefore we have to create the cause for happiness.
그러고 내 남도 진도 첼라 디지 초마다 옛날에 대 너거든 너야기 용야기 저 절도보다 저 마드네 땅에서 내가 저도 치바래 초사고 말했어 봐.
So just like it says here, although my desire for happiness or comfort is great, I don't accumulate its cause, the merit. So if we want to have happiness, then we have to create the cause, the merit. The merit is the cause of happiness.
그러고 아니 간지 사고 올라야 아니 가도 사회 마다니다 로또 계약을 가지고 치바래 들어.
And so if we haven't created any merits, then if we haven't accumulated it, then there's no way we can have the result happiness. So expecting to have happiness without having created any merit is same as expecting to have a fruit without sowing a seed.
되는데 딴 디바전도 가르나 저런도에 아니 대화해서 옛날 저런 뒤인데 그 대외 저처럼 싸우고 말해서 와.
So what it's saying is we want to have happiness, yet we are not creating the cause, the merit, the cause of the happiness.
뒤 저도 가르나 아니 다 전속 파지로 그냥 냠네들레스.
So the merit, is the practice and is the cause of the happiness. Here, the merit also includes all these practices, such as the practice of generosity, morality, patience, and so forth, the six perfections.
Therefore, are you guys do the practice? I think we've tried that. We are not very perfect. And that Tenda Gender Chilla in that Susan Northern Tin Doa the Yongagi Jet Saga Mares, that Jet Mason, touch on the Yongo Mares.
So even though we have a great desire for happiness, but we don't create the cause for the happiness.
Oh, Tenda by Zakas. And the Jatimo Shivala song was. And the Dewan Dojan Tumubi Rangat Deva Dartanjum. And Dewa Ale Dunga turned the same
Taldo same.
Dunga turned the same Dunga Jalangamaju. Dewa turned the Seja Rangat Deva Dartanjums. Well, that's one of yours.
So just like Shantideva said in his guide to the Buddhist way of life, even though we want to have happiness, we destroy the cause of happiness as if it's our enemy. And even though we wish to be free from suffering, we're always running after the causes of sufferings.
Oh, that Deva Jitu Magichabon, Magichabon Kazu song yours.
And so one of the main cause, for the happiness is observing the morality of abandoning 10 non-virtuous actions. So how much of the 10 non-virtuous actions do we really, abandon?
Right? Also special the gossip. We do a lot of gossips, right? And Nursum,
Covetousness, harmful intention.
right? We always just jump there. We don't just think it, we don't feel we're going to do that. Therefore, Shantideva said, you wish to happiness, but you destroy the cause of the happiness. It's true? This makes sense, right? They like it. Chiran Deva Prisa de Lagdot. Chiran Deva Devan Chiran Deva just argument was like that. Nobody.
So what we want, is happiness, but we're not creating the cause of the happiness.
Oh, Tindi by the tongue and zoo. Sit down, send the legit Devoya Boyawala, take it Joe, talks like a magic and that jet Dogo was, long should they have Dogo was.
And so in this life also, in order to have certain things, we have to, do certain things to get that thing, right?
Tindi by the tent the Dova, Tamche Taba, Tamchi by the Tova, that tea, Jet Dogo, that Tam Chimiri, that get a Timogo.
So even if we have to create a cause, for small things, like the things that we need in this life, then there's no need to say of having to create the cause for achieving liberation or enlightenment. So definitely we have to create a cause for those, realizations.
Oh, Tindi the tongue and do tell a dote. She ranchala Kangin the watch. Jetso Mosubi Kala, Kangin the Titi Shuana, Kangin Tela Zumetavachini. Suzu Kang Chevati, then Tosha Chavata. And it tene tam Macheva. Kajan do chimber than do chevo the Javala and the Kangate and Chego. The Kangate and Zoto Maresrova.
So in order to achieve any of those things, we have to go through some kind of difficulties, right? Without going through some difficulties, without creating a cause, there is no way we can achieve that. So in order to while creating the cause, we have to go through the difficulties, right? So we should be able to tolerate those difficulties in order to achieve those things, right? So it's same thing like that, with the achievement of liberation or enlightenment, definitely, we'll be going through so many much greater difficulties, and then we should be prepared to tolerate all those difficulties. So that's just like it says here. Although my tolerance for suffering is small, yet my desire and greed are great. So we want to have so many big things, but we're not able to, go through those difficulties to achieve those big things.
Pena Jaka de Pembo Yawala, Kalimu Shujago to us.
Just like in this country, you have to go through so many difficulties in order to be elected as a president, vice president, and so forth, right?
If you want to the very what called famous singer, also you have to do very hard working, right? If you want to very famous show person, how is it? Actor, you have to go very hard working, right?
Yes.
Therefore, anything, if you have to do something, it's not easy. You have to go very hard work. But we want very, very always strong wish, happy. But we cannot accept any small problems. Right? Here there's a Ganzo Dunga Chuju yourself, Dongam Chimoshira Yores, and Dongam Chiva Naji Kali Jato Mares.
So we, we tolerate the sufferings so small. Our tolerance to the suffering is so small, yet we have a big desire for this and that. So anyway, it's saying that if we want to be able to achieve, if we want to achieve such and such things, then we should be able to face the difficulties that we go through in order to achieve that thing.
Atinata Susu Khan Deva Tigi, that Jeto drop Gordon, and with the Jeto drop to Mares, Ani Goya Dian, Ani the Yoya Jiniga, I think on the opposite Jenny. That's it.
And so what he's saying is anyway, it is important, to be to create the cause in order to have the result. So if we want to have a happiness, then we have to create the cause, the merit, in order to have happiness. In our case, we always do the opposite, right? We want to have happiness, but we don't want to create the cause. And we want to have great things, but we don't want to go through those difficulties.
Right? It is exactly now how many. You guys, scientists, how you call that? Researchers, doctors, professors. It's not easy, right? You have to very hard work, many years of study. It's the same, right? Therefore, even the worldly things, for us have to, become teacher, become scholar, become singer, become, president, become, vice president, any things, physicians. You have to hard work, right? Therefore, it's exactly the same Buddha said. It's not easy, but we wish to very big things, but we cannot jump. If something jumps, we just stop. We want to jump here, that we say we should jump that, but we always stop. Therefore, without any lamdo, that Mando Tenen Duas, Kaji, Doya the Chimbo Kovachi, they go at Jetamasawachi. Ya, they all at any Kangi Momotka, Kanga de Alan, Karota, Karo, Donacha Matavachi, then the Suzu, Chea down, Goyani, Tada, Captel of the year.
So are we just like it is explained here? So we want to have happiness, right? But we don't want to we don't create the cause of the happiness, the merit. And although we want to have this and that thing, but we don't want to go through any sufferings. We don't want to work hard to achieve those things.
The thing is, not to meet at
So that's talking about human beings in general, like especially the ordinary human beings in general, right?
I'm not talking about just you guys, okay? Maybe you guys say, oh, Ishila thinks we are a very bad person. Not they talk about just us. They talk about general, all human beings. They wish to very strong, happy, big power, but that doesn't do cost. Buddha completely said, the happiness is come from cost. The surfing is come from cost. Without cause, no result is nature. It's nature. It's true, right? No one just put that. This is nature, right? No cause, no result. It's nature, right? No Buddha doesn't make, someone say, okay, not that. This is nature, reality. Therefore, suffering is come from cost. Happiness is come from cost. They both result. Therefore, if you wish the result, you start to cost. Therefore, we wish the result, but we doesn't start to cost. Therefore, we all stuck here. Always we walk here, some stuck here, some stuck here. What the by the time the Tende Mambo Yomati, so that's a little. So
So what makes us to become like that, is the self-cherishing attitude.
그러고 근데 다 다도 말이 바테 진짜도 신에 아니 다때 매봐 아니 소발을 신자라고 나서라 그러더라
나한테 말해버려 랑젠들에.
랑젠들어
랑젠들어.
랑젠바도 벤젠들
랑젠. 데카라야.
대신에 그거라
카라.
랑젠바도 벤젠다 나한테 다 되니까 랑젠바도 벤젠다 나한테니까 아니
배나 가르손 배나 가르손도.
인자랍신다
네.
다도 말이 봐 그러고 데코나 다 데코나 랑 랑젠바도 벤젠다 나한테 말이 봐니게 딱 골라 다 되니까 진짜도 시베 거네 아니 매봐 소바 나로 나들어
So what makes us to do this, right? What makes us become like that? Become like somebody who wants to have happiness yet don't want to create the cause for happiness, the merits, who wants to achieve this and that, but don't want to go through any difficulties, don't want to work hard to achieve that. And so that it is now again is belonging to our self-cherishing attitude and self-grasping ignorance. So these two are different, right? But here it is these two kind of delusion that makes us to think like that, to become like that. And so here it says roar and thunder on the head of the destroyer, the false construction. And so the false construction here is referring to the self-cherishing attitude and the self-grasping ignorance.
랑치바도 벤젠다 되게 나도 강가다 매워 소리로 와서 대용에 싸워다 다도 말이 바티고 온 거라 와서
So self-cherishing attitude is the one that destroys us, right? And the root of all the delusion is the self-grasping ignorance.
그리고
What does that mean, self-cherishing?
그래서
랑젠스는 가서 그랬어.
딱 그랬나 다 소소 찌보 다 랑치반등이 라 야반등이 소소 찌보 섬등이지로 와 당도 레라오로 고대원을 남나 가지다 나가 섬대로 싫어
So yeah, it's like a selfish thought and always thinking about oneself. Self-cherishing, just cherishing oneself, not cherishing others, not thinking about others, only thinking about oneself.
But how would that make me not get what I want?
그래서
다 소수주부 섬당 등이죠라. 되게 되는 소설 너바디 말아와 가르쳐 그랬어.
소소
말아와 가르쳐 그랬어.
알레 소소 찌보 섬로 땅 다바티가 가르쳐겠나 소소도 다 슉체 왕기 아니 강에 마용 그래서 강에 마지다 그래서 다들 대단으로 보려고 그러었어 다 가르려면 소소배나 내 라바다 따다이 있는 게 제와다 따다이 게 삼다 따다이 삼도 드리 드리 되게 왕기 대삼도 그래서 대절은 강에 딱 요도 망할래 그래서
말다 소수주부 섬당데나 셴기 소소 싱소 콜업 살마다나 소소 셴기 살마다나 소수주부 섬당 와이나 셴기 소소 로바 지금 말아.
또 대화
저 로바 마지나 되는 망부저 소소 라기 말아되네. 소소 너바디 셴기 로바 마지나
대화
셴라 마트나
나 알레 담보 찍들은 거 강에 간이 오잖아
그래.
소소 찌보 삼대 되기 가래서나 네 셰와도 네 셰바도 네 레와도 연섬니 강에 뭐 보식대 그래서 니테네
대야스 런치바 좀 책임 말아.
들어다 로지바다
또 말하다 대대 소소 대대사 런 단지라도 책임이다. 런치바 좀 나랑 기부고도 나랑 야부 존나 디우도 삼지라. 나 기부 존나 디우도 나랑 야부 존나 디우도 삼선 디삼바져라. 난 나라 강바 야부 존나 디우도 셴나 강면에 나라 뭐라고 고고도 나라 뭐라고 고고도 나라 로바고 고고도 나라 페샤 방부 고고도 세제 나 삼져라. 다들 나진 랑진스오라.
그래서
다즈라서 녜라보다 따다래서야 돼. 안 털어 나지도 차려.
집어집어넣어라
예.
다가지 알아 고운데 네 책이 다가
다 된데 삼로 따야 되거든요. 소설라다. 가서 소설이 너바디 막아 가는 책 됐어.
소소 가세 마서 마이나 소소 너바도 마카마자 소소 녀다 마요 그래서 봐 소소라 가서나 드니가 동음 강아 채와 대담지 다 소소 삼 소소라 가지 담아도 마요 그래서 소소라 내가 가디 채와 담지 메시다 파쇼와라야 단 통주지하다 파쇼와라 좀 마다바다 근데 파쇼와라 지 기재미 받아 잘 그래서 소소 삼세대 가디 채와 담지
So in general, when we think about the things that we want to have, right? It depends on so much depends on other people. So much depends on other people. So if we don't think about them, then there's no way we can achieve those things. Like if you want to have a good house, right? You can't build a house by yourself. You have to depend on the construction, the constructor, right? So contractors. So you have to depend on them. So if you don't think about them, right, without paying money to them, there's no way you can have, for yourself alone. So that's just like example, And so anything that you achieve is through the kindness of others. So when you think about others like that, then there's, it will become easier for you to achieve that, even though that's not what you want, but you automatically have it. But when you think about yourself only, and then don't care about others, then there's always these difficulties and problems that comes up, that makes you not to be able to achieve those things.
그리고 이제는 마템베가 간주기 다가로 레크 치우 제도 말았어. 이제는 마템베 레크 치우.
So-
동야 거야.
So of course, we, out of our selfish thought or self-cherishing attitude and arrogance and so forth, we think that it's all by myself. But if we really think carefully, there's nothing that we can do by ourselves. Everything has to be, dependent on others.
그리고 안데 간주 나베 갈라요다. 샘제 세야데 니다. 이슈 저선는 간주 펜도 쳔보려 해서라 그래서.
So in general, the others have been very kind to us, right? Even though they didn't think about being kind to us, but they have been kind in that way, right? Maybe they didn't think that, okay, I'm going to be kind to this lady, so that she can. Even though they didn't think like that, but because of them, this person is able to have happiness.
그래서 간주질라 라치바데 첸즈 가세 치와 대가 삼진 간주라 딱강에 마요 그래서.
And so, for all many other realizations and so forth, of course, with the self-cherishing attitude, we'll not be able to achieve that, right? So, how big self-cherishing attitude is there in our mind, that much more sufferings we'll be facing.
그리고 가세 치와 다가든지 드미들라 안에 차도 치와 나자 치와 연 그래서.
And so, of course, then with that, there will come the other delusions like, the arrogance, the jealousy, and so forth.
텐데인다 다 대응하서 두번 땅에 다 꼬마 가잖아요. 꼬마 나지 꼬마다 대래 등도 지랍서.
So therefore, of course, in detail, if we think about that, then we'll come to understand that the self-cherishing attitude is the one, that brings us all the sufferings, and it's like the main thief that steals away all our happinesses.
그리고 다대 소중한 게 다 단서 말이 봐. 무시 봐. 근데 가 something that 따다 인 something 로이로 봐. 단서 무시 봐. 말이 봐. 어다 대래서 봐.
And then, of course, which makes us to think that that is all by myself that I'm going to achieve this. It's the self-grasping ignorance. That's the ignorance, the root of the ignorance, not knowing what exactly things are.
어다라 다 대얘기 다 진짜 대얘기 다 내가 제대로 자선 하고 왔지네. 다더니 매워서 나로 나서 매워서 신절하고 나서 그거.
So understanding that these two, the self-cherishing attitude and self-grasping ignorance, are the one that makes us become the ordinary being with all the delusions. So therefore, we are requesting to our tutelary deity, to destroy these two false constructions.
다 대 매워송이 다 매달아도 야 이러면 가는나 안에 라치반데 젠전 대 매워서 다 젠자바데 젠데 대래 대체와나 라치바데 젠데 매워 차로 그래서.
So the self-cherishing attitude, the antidote for the self-cherishing attitude is the mind that cherishes others. So if you start to cherish others, then there will be less of cherishing oneself.
대영화라 안에 sensem지 까리 된 거래서.
And so in order to be able to cherish others, then we have to think about their kindnesses.
제 까리 말하는 것도 제가 가로 제 다가로 제 집한테 별로 떼가 말아 봤어.
So if you don't think about their kindnesses, then you will not be thinking about them, right? You will not be thinking good for them. You will not be cherishing them.
근데 다 가서 남백이라서만 제 집에 도서만 다 가서 깨와라 통마요 말이. 깨와 통마 가서 맞이고 그래. 맞이와자 다때 가서 맞대 가서 까리 쳐가 나지 막 가디 연바이나 다 맞을 때 까리 쳐가 해서 가서 때 sem제도 좀마다 마시와 쳐고 해서 와라.
And so how they've been very kind to us, then we have to think about how they have been very kind to us, right? And of course, in this life, whatever we have is by the kindness of others. The food that we eat, the clothes that we wear, the shelter, the house that we live in is all by the kindness of others. And then, and also we think about how the mother of this life, this life has been very kind to us by giving us birth, to this life. And just like this mother of this life, all sentient beings has been our mother. Not in this life, but of course, obviously not in this life, but they have been our mother in one of the previous lives, because there was no beginning of our lives, right? So when did our life start? There's no beginning of that. So there's previous life of this life, then there was a previous life of the life before this, and then there's a previous life of the life before that. So there's always, when you go back, there's previous life of that life. So there's never a beginning, of that. So during this beginningless time, and we have been born countless, times, and during these times, in most cases, we needed a mother, and so someone has been our mother. Therefore, every sentient being has been our mother. There isn't one single sentient being that we can point and say this has not been our mother.
당어도 당에 심적인 의미에서 게 군종이 많이 막 시금도 올라나 저렇게 마셔왔던지 생각이 마마이 막 듣고 말했어.
And so at the time when they have been mother, then they have been equally kind as the mother of this life, right? So you can think of their kindness in that way. And some people might think that they have not been our mother, because I don't know it. So not knowing is not a valid reason to prove that they are not your mother. Right? They have not been your mother. Can you prove that?
Can you prove?
By saying that I don't, because I don't know.
She's not my mother because I don't know. Can you prove? Can you prove? Yes, no? Yes? Can you guys prove? 단다 보고 전에 맨날 돈처니 숨쉬는데 아마 신경 말 쓰나. 제가 아마 해봤어.
And so there are many examples, that you can apply to to disapprove that thought, thinking that just because I don't know, I can say this such and such person has not been my mother. For example, because the child who is born, until maybe maybe like a year or two, you wouldn't know that such and such is that person's mother, right? The child, like say a 2 weeks old child, will not know that this person is his or her mother, right? Wouldn't know that. So does that mean that he doesn't have mother just because he doesn't know? No, right? So no, I don't know is not a valid reason to prove that such and such has not been your mother.
얘나 아메 째와되게 근데 부고대 아마이만 마셔왔나 아마라 마탄 자그래서.
But because of her kindness, because of her love and kindness, the child feels that, and therefore the child feels closer to that person, who is giving him or her a love and kindness. So that's the power of mother's love, right? It's not that child understands that this is my mother. No, child doesn't understand.
Okay. Yeah, how are you got it?
I was going to just say it in an analogy short.
Okay. Now your question.
Oh, well, it was more of a comment. To say that I don't know is a proof is even worse than just that it's not valid. It's invoking ignorance as proof. It's invoking ignorance as proof.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, they should you are ignorant. Yeah. 근데 이제 딱 미카지 라고 그러나 내가 먹어 대자 내 걔네 도무들랑 뭐 열어봤어.
But many people say that, right? Because they say, "Oh, I don't know, therefore I cannot accept it."
미 먹어가도 제와 심어서 제와 한번 걔네가 말했어. 걔말한테 가서 하고 문도서 걔말을 말해봤어.
So many people who don't believe in past and future lives. Do they have any proper reason? No. Not other than I don't know.
Right?
Right?
False view, a wrong view, the way they were taught.
Yeah.
다 가도 제왕 같이 가는 데서 제왕 아마 여다 심마 여다 가도 다 랍샤고 말해. 대 저거 열어 봐. 적당 거 빼면서 왜다 가죠. ripada ta nga me nga zo kene go.
But how it is explained in Buddhism about the presence of the past and future life is proved with the valid reasons.
Pena nga zo go ta ngupo je bana tela jela nyeleng je da lenji che ni go res. Tende nyeleng je sa ta khorang zeji go res pa tenda na ta nga zo zeji chemela tomeno ta chan go.
So even if it's an ordinary thing, right? So when the thing is produced, or grown, when it's produced, what makes it produce? There are two things, right? There are two main causes. It's called the substantial cause, and then there's called the auxiliary cause, right? So the substantial cause is the very cause that transforms into the result, like the auxiliary cause, the substantial cause of this table, a wooden table, right? Would be a wood, right? So the wooden table, the substantial cause of the wooden table would be wood, right? So it's made of the wood, right? So wood will be and then what will be the auxiliary causes? The person who helped to make, and then the hammer, the tools that was used, the nails and so forth that were put together to make the table, right? So those are the auxiliary causes. So everything has two causes, like substantial cause and auxiliary cause.
Tende chokze mazo kana ta ko shile bujiro wa tene shile majo kana kare shindo tene shindo da kawa chere kadin dele ta thomenga do thaya ro.
And so then you can trace it, right? So the table came from the wood, right? Or the plywood, right? The plywood came from a wood. The wood came from tree. The tree came from the seed. The seed came from so you can trace it back like that, right?
Right. You understand? Ta dene da nga zo tu chen da dhko da tu chen da jon ta ko tes lol char de yo so sanji ga jong ma yo lap sha ma ba ro.
And so just like that, how is it proven that there was a past life, right? So that's the similar kind of reason that's given to prove that there was a previous life. It's not just Buddha said there's a previous life and we accept that. It's not like that.
Okay, you understand a little bit? If you really scientist, now you have to time to thinking it's true or not. You have to, we cannot watch, but check, one by one, cause. Oh, tende is that okay, like that. Tende is that kanje, nandu, ranche bade be chenzen tiga, losho de jenche bade be chenzen. Tende da jenche kade tenwa tu the chene.
And so by thinking about the kindness of all the sentient beings, especially like when they've been our mother. So we think of our mother as the most kind person in this life, right? And so just like that, all sentient beings has been our mother. So at the time when they've been our mother, they've been very kind to us, just like the mother of this life. And therefore we should think about them. So when you have that thought, then the thought to cherish others will come. And so then when you cherish others, then you will be inspired to work for others, right? If you don't cherish for them, you will not work for them, right? And so how much more you work for them, that much more happiness you will get.
Because example, I don't know if it's true or not, it's mothers work very hard, the kids. The mothers during that time, they don't feel much their problems, because they maybe 90% their energy is put at the kids. The mother don't have the problem, lot of problem. They don't much feel, because you do most things for your kids. You do? You have experience, right? How many have kids? Right? Yeah, your kids. You 90% you push the things kids. Then you have a lot of problems. Of course, you are not changing, but you don't feel much. Therefore, they show you do others. You don't feel your problems. Your problems, but you don't feel. Right? This is just example. It's not complete this good. But what tense is that gente bad me change that ta dance mari bad ta kaje na to da sa nga sa chundun de was. Te su na na ji maimba mata ba. To be lo ni ta su jela kewa na ro na ke shinje la ro na sro.
Kewa na na.
Ta shinje la ro ke ke shinje la ro na.
Karani de.
Ta ko ro gente bad me change ta 아니다 나한테 가로 다음에 또 걸로니 데려잖아 저로.
And so then, so these are the false construction we're talking about here, right? The self-cherishing attitude and the self-grasping ignorance. And so you're making a request, to the tutelary deity, whoever that could be, and in this case, like a Yamantaka and so forth, and making a request to the deity to bless you to be able to, engender the realization of cherishing others, and engender the realization of realizing the selflessness.
아니 대단 세제다 근도 세제니 따라지라 깨와 나로나 대간 맞으셔야 와서 데려자 저로.
And also in the commentary on the explanation, where it explains, the two bodhicittas, the conventional bodhicitta and ultimate bodhicitta. So he's requesting the deity to bless you to be able to generate those two bodhicittas as well.
어떤에다 딱 가서 농음 첨부치 대 농음 첨부된 레버드 트발라 깔레자 대 깔레 자무통이 딱 밑에서 가서 해서
And so we have a great greed, and a desire, yet we are not, willing to face the problems to achieve those things that we are, greedy for or we have desire for.
가르에서나 대화에 저 고도 내차 세도 고도서 메워서가 되레스. 대가도 제도 못 와.
So in order to have, all those things that we want, we have to overcome many kind of delusions like anger, the jealousy and so forth. So, but we're not, able to face the difficulties, to overcome those delusions.
대둥하게 제레스. 대가도 가데나 그냥 제제와 차대도 와.
And so those are the cause of suffering. So those like the jealousy, the arrogance, and so forth are the cause of suffering. But those are always manifesting in our mind, right?
Okay? Then any questions? Yes.
I just wanted to add one. Some people don't believe in past and future lives, and they have a reason for it. It's more than just, I don't know. Some people have a strong view that the consciousness is part of the brain. And they talk about the functions of the brain and certain parts of the brain that are involved in certain feelings that happen. So for them, their reason for not believing in past lives is because since it's a part of the brain, therefore they could not have been conscious of it before the brain was developed. So for those people, it's more difficult to explain that.
Where they come from the brain? Where's the dream comes from?
Brain.
Brain. Where they come from? Brain.
Where did that brain come from?
Sperm and the egg.
Where they come from? Egg.
Where did the sperm and egg come from?
The parents.
They already passed that. The where their parents come from.
Yeah, but for them,
Like that.
there was no consciousness then. It formed when the fetus was developing, when the brain developed for them. I can't defend their view, but they have a better explanation. That's why they don't believe in it.
If they believe that this person here, they have consciousness, if right now we have, do they believe that the person has consciousness? 시바이와 kenengre
Sula.
단다 당간도로 시바이와 kenengre 그 시바디 레바면 그래
레바가 차시지 그랬어.
레바 치지 맞아
레바가 차시지 그랬어.
레바 되니다 단다 되니 레바가 차시에 되고 그만 못해 알아 지바로 왔어 레바 가디 오거나 뭐코 미차서 와다 레바 사드 쳐 그도 kenengre
So the brain came into existence after the person was born, or it was before that?
I think
Before
before.
the brain was there before the person was born,
Before they had exited the womb, but when the fetus was developed,
and before that there was no brain.
I guess.
Okay. 다 티콘라 요 말했어. ngala 닝삼 전에 다 보고 가서디 쿠타니 파마기 쿠타니다 다 보고 차는 거라. 안데 도시 신에 되는 레버드 두 버렸어. 티콘라 요
레바
말했어.
쳐다 공이 보러 왔어 그걸 제지 거러 왔어 그런 대지행이 제지 거러 왔어
So it is it is a thing, right? So it has to have, it is a substantial cause, right?
I'd say
So this,
You could say the substantial cause was physical. The substantial cause of consciousness is physical.
Has to be a light cause.
Well, that's an assertion. It's an assertion.
So me can't create consciousness. That's the flaw.
No, but you can't really, how can you really know that it's not possible. It's an assertion that it's not possible for something physical to create awareness. There's no way to test that.
배차샤만 저도 듣게 만나면 신가 제 신기야 신고 잘라서 하는 거지. 그거는
So can the wood be transformed into a glass? No.
같이
Why?
때까지.
I've never seen it happen. Can air be transformed into fire and water?
뭐
Can
Yes,
what?
it can. Yes,
Air
it
can be
can.
transformed into fire and water.
Uh-huh.
But 1,000 years ago, people might not have thought so.
The long the melody or yours.
롱 그런 거라 사지면 좋아하지 않다. 롱 그런 뭐 얘기는 거. 그런 게 자체가 사지면 좋아하시요. 다 대단하지. 뭐 그런 모든 얘기 좀 하세요. 뭐 그런 뜻 좋아한다. 그걸 다 사지면 좋아해요. 속인다.
So the wind, the air, that transforms into the fire, like you said, it's not the wind itself that's transforming into the fire. So there is a part of the four elements that is included in the air, in the wind, that is transforming into the fire. So it says like each element has all the four elements. Yeah. So air has fire, the earth, all these things. The air it has it, but the air itself, is a different nature. It's of a different nature. So air itself cannot transform into the fire, but the part of the air that is a fire can be transformed into the fire.
So what I was thinking of was oxygen is a gas. Certain kind of atom. Hydrogen is another gas. So there are two pure different kinds of atoms. You put them together, you get water and fire.
Yeah. So depending on the gas and gas. The top line, methane, or the gas they call nula. The thing called methane, mess water. This is
That's true. I don't think 다까지 그 롱 모든 걸 아니다. 다 그런 데 사지면 좋아지. 그 대체판 레오. 주마도 그런 데든데 오자. 아니 그 메리 차로.
So what's that gas? What is that thing in the air that makes it a fire? Not every air makes a fire, right? So there is something in that air, in that particular air, that makes the fire, right? Like the gas, right?
Yeah.
So what is this? Smell?
The oxygen.
It's the oxygen and the hydrogen.
Oxygen,
But
what
if
you
you-
need for the fire.
If you put those two together, there won't be any air left.
That's right. Yes. So so there is something in the air that makes it fire, not the air itself. Becomes fire. So anyway, so the proof is that the substantial cause has to be of a same nature. Like the wooden table has to be the substantial cause of the wooden table has to be a wood. It cannot be an iron. It cannot be a metal. And so then, if it's a metal, then the table that is made from the metal will be called metal table, right? Iron table. It will not be called a wooden table. It will not become a wooden table. So just like that, for the physical, substantial cause of the physical thing has to be a physical, and the consciousness can be only a consciousness. The substantial cause of the consciousness can be only consciousness. So the brain cannot produce consciousness. The brain is physical, consciousness is non-physical.
I understand the argument, but it's hard to prove.
It's
No,
good.
no, I actually mean that, what I said. Sometimes you gotta be very
막
skillful.
저랑 저랑 제대로 문제세요. 그거를 그
프로브 제통 말했어. 다가 땐통 말했어. 룩통 말했어.
되게 럽더 그랬어요. 럽더 매는 저랑 빼차잖아. 메토들라 야는데 메토들라 그런 거 제거내지 그런 매나 셔면도 메토도 제거면 나왔어.
It can be proven. So
Is there
if
real
for the flower to grow, it has to have a seed, right? The flower seed. From the other seed, you can't grow flower.
근데 내 자세면 돌아왔어. 다시 자세. 어떻게 됐어?
What is it? It's a rose? What kind of flower is it?
we said the rose, right?
Let's say rose. No problem.
근데 rose는
Example for the sake of example.
저 근데 다 네가 메토 네가 사변되게 늦게 도고 말았어.
What's that? Jasmine?
자스민.
Mom. Okay, so
And
the
this somebody-
seed of the mom cannot grow into a rose, right? That's proven?
Except when they graft them on.
The seed doesn't grow in the...
Yeah, exactly. The seed doesn't grow, right? Yeah, so that's a proof, right?
But taking on the, is I'm not joking. This is we have to.
Similar, yeah, similar to
Similar,
that.
But EFI.
But now, apple ka sami ma tamne sepen jala na che yo marwas. Karchi nere kuni zema chi wacha.
So the apple seed cannot grow into a chili, right? That's because they are of different nature.
Kani ko nesi kha cha so na ko je ta nyeleng je kha cha so na ko de words.
So they are different because of their different substantial cause.
Just yeah.
What?
I just want to know, like, if you were talking to a neuroscientist who could show you the graph of the brain, and they've done experiments where they hook wires up to the brain, and they say, think this, and they can show certain parts of the brain like that, and they can explain exactly what parts of the brain are associated with these feelings, and how would you prove to that part of the person that no, that's not consciousness, consciousness is something else? And what would be the proof that consciousness is not what you're saying, even though they can explain what parts of the brains are responsible for certain feelings? How would you prove to them that consciousness is something else?
나 대말에 대가나 간수 리 가원한테 딱 저러다. 딱 가야라 아니 간수 시직 선대로서. 대서야다 아니 자 여사들다 군수 시바 내려서 짜다 뭐 시바 가고도 무슨 도구 말았어.
So our body is filled with all these nerves, right? So the nerves is connected, to the mind. Right? So when the mind, acts in certain ways, then that brings the reaction, to the nerves, and then that brings to the body. So just like that, similar with the brain also.
그냥 간수 미시 용도 미시 코로나 전시면 코로나 내가 제가 짜들 전시나 미시를 내가 지금 말했어. 그러나 그 내가 제가 가만 못 쳐.
So, well, we talk about the consciousness. Maybe this one might not work because we talk about the consciousness, the eye consciousness, right? The sense consciousness. We talk about sense consciousness, which is the sense consciousness, the eye consciousness, the ear consciousness, the nose, tongue, body, and so forth. Right? So, all this sense consciousness, is related with the sense organ. Right? So, the eye consciousness relates with the eye organ. So, eye organ is a physical, right? So even if you have eye consciousness, which has the power to see, but if our eye organ is defected, then it will not be able to see. Right? And so that's why is it that? So maybe people might think that, because it is the eye organ that is seeing it. But, in Buddhist psychology, it's not the eye organ that sees it, it's the eye consciousness that sees it. It's with the help of eye organ. But what is seeing is the eye consciousness.
그래서 간수 레반나다 짜먹을 짜짜는 놈도 시발이요. 군수 시반 동에 말에 짜든 동에다 다 내려서 군수 빼지 다 동에서.
And so with the eye organ, of course you can say that eye organ seeing is like that. So just similar to that, there's a brain, and of course there's millions of nerves, that is connected, to the brain, right? And so when and those nerves, connected to the mind. So when the mind thinks in certain ways, then the nerve will react, and then that will, pass the message to the brain, and then we think, the brain is moving, so this is the mind, like that.
And if the eye is damaged, like you said, it's a sense organ. If somebody goes blind, is there no more eye consciousness?
그래서
다들 저기 다 미기 다 가서 옹보죠라. 미기 옹보디 미기 미시디 미기 옹보 된더라. 미기 미원데 메나 미시 영상말.
되게 말했어.
Yeah.
나 because 진짜 매워서 들어서.
Yeah, so the eye consciousness depends on the eye organ. So if there's no eye organ, there cannot be eye consciousness.
What about dreaming? Or if the person had sight and now does not have sight, they can see images in their mind. Or
Yeah.
what if they have visions, they can see.
So that's the 하보라다. 다 민게마 통해제 제만 마통 차서나. 당게마 통화되고 거기마 더 땡시죠라. 다 샘기 대체적으로 temperature 다 ngombo de de 다 난 ngombo 통과 마도 ngombo 생에 뭐 통용해서 다 샘기 대체적으로 다 디셈브라도
대 똑바르다. 똑바르다. 똑바르 그러거든.
So that will be a mental consciousness. So that will be not a sense consciousness anymore.
그러다 대다 그 사이언티스트 똑바르게 된 거는 무슨 걔는 도말.
So that's the mental consciousness, we call it, the conceptualization. So you are conceptualizing the shapes and colors and so forth that you have seen before.
But 나도 미세다. Okay, good. You have something there.
Like you just said, if the sense organ is destroyed, the eye organ, there's no more eye consciousness. I've actually heard a neuroscientist say this, and I wouldn't know how to respond. He said that if a certain part of the brain is damaged, then your memory could be destroyed and you could become paralyzed. And so, if even just part of the brain causes that to happen, then how is it that if the brain is totally destroyed at death, that you could then continue knowing and remember the past and see the future? If you can show that that organ is destroyed, how would there be further consciousness? I wouldn't know how to answer that.
그렇죠.
다들 먼저 그 셰퍼딩 먼저 레버 등교 말하다. 레버면 셰퍼 용식으로. 그 셰퍼 코이스나 따다 나가서 미와면은 미시용사야 말했어라. 되나셔다 레버면 셰퍼 용사야 말했어라.
대만.
대제다 가서 가르쳐는 가서 다 가서 셰퍼 견체도네 가서 레버 견체도네 되네 그 셰퍼 내가 자면 차도다스. 레버 견체도네 셰퍼 내가 자면 차도. 배나 레버 견체에서 다 콘조 가서 속부 제가 되네 마시로 매치미로 차도네. 되네 딱그 샘디 되네 텐트가 말스 뭐 가르쳐 대 텐트가 말스. 그 자장도 매번 차 말아. 차시지 매번 차내야 되네. 그 샘디 텐트 매번 설서 거든. 드도 되네. 다 미시로든 레버 차서가 매번 차로든. 드도 되네. 셰버 차서가 매번 차고 왔어 거다.
디셔령에디 미디젤 시바차도 매와 차서 그랬어. 시바디 하티와 시마이 렌도 그랬어. 미숑에디 다 로차서 그래. 시바디 간에 속세데 롱섬데 롱롱데 니바가디 챤나. 다 미디 속 쳇스.
다 텐데 가서 데 레버 나와서 소데도 들었다. 가서 먼저도 샘 라바데 샤워라.
샘 라바든다. 쳇세데 샘 라바들 왔어. 먼저 남주 다샘 미시세지. 그러고 왔어.
I mean, it is kind of complicated, like you said, it would be difficult to prove to them. Because when we talk about the consciousness, there are many different levels of consciousness, right? So we talk about the subtle consciousness, the gross consciousness. So what we have, the memory of, the feeling and all these things is the gross consciousness. So it is not, of course, those gross consciousness come to cease. They will come to end at the time of death, so those memory will be gone. So all the things that you remember in this life will be all gone at the time of death when you die, and then when you go to the next life, it will be all new memory. And then all the new memory comes with the new things that you learn each day or every time you interact with something. So that's how the memory is built again, right, in the next life. So when we talk about that, we're not talking about the gross consciousness here. We're talking about the subtle consciousness that goes from the life, to life, and that we say is in the heart. It's not in the brain, right? So it's an indestructible drop, in between the indestructible drop, and then what that opens at the time of death, and at that time, and then the consciousness that goes from the life to life is that. It's not the gross consciousness.
Okay.
Leo and Wallace, who's a PhD neuroscientist, and also Geshe, does a lot of work on scientific materialism and metaphysical phenomena as it relates to consciousness and materialism. So, highly recommended. Yeah, Leo and Wallace, there's a lot of work on it.
Nanzo bena, yeah. Now they look walking together in the holiness. They have a lot of meetings. Also, you can check Nanzo karan chingdo was. Karo, kudum desaji. Ta jaga lumba sayo lumba na laina. Me kaji tumo ina. Shabu nyushi towa subola tumo towe mars. Shilo na Nanzo shita res. Ta ko shipa trawo jing. Ta de ta res. Ne yores.
And then some highly realized beings, they stay in meditation. After they have passed away, they stay in meditation for 20 days, 2-3 weeks like that, and it happens, in like a very hot area in India, where it's very hot. that if you don't bathe for a day or two, it will be, you start to smell even while you're alive. And then at the time, of course, when you're dead, your body should rot right away. But then when they stay in meditation, their body is completely gone, right? So the physical body is all dead, and the brain is dead, and everything is dead. But their body is very fresh, And none of these things work, but they're very fresh, and they don't smell at all for like 20 days, 21 days,
Therefore, this is the scientists also looking for this. We have really, many times. Okay, like this. Are you up on caution? It's okay? Okay, thank you. We just talking too much. Thank you so much. Like this. Okay, more discussion, more thinking. This is good, But today the tongue, Nyeleng said, she said, the Koya Borana, and then go test Lela. Nyeleng she said, Koya Borana, this Pentecost.
Thanksgiving month.
So if there is, if you have got understanding about these two causes that we just talked about, the substantial cause and the auxiliary cause, then it will be helpful.
Page 39, Thanksgiving month. Okay. You got the touch. All right. Ground perfume anointed flowers strewn Meru forelands, sun and moon adorn, seen as Buddha, field and offered. Thus may all sentient beings enjoy pure lands. Jetsun lame kutse raptan ching nam kar trin le chok chur ye padang lob zang ten pei drod me sa sum gi dro we moon sel tak tu ne gyur ching idam guru ratna mandala kam niryatayami. From my two collections, vast as space, that I've amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds, wisdom eyes blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. May I find the best to complete the graded paths of the teachings. May I please all the Buddhas by practicing, using skillful means strong by the strong force of compassion. May I clear the darkness for the minds of all beings with the points of the paths that I've discerned them. May I uphold Buddha's teachings for a very long time, with my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread or once have spread have declined. May I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. Even this great course to enlightenment completed, due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives, the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrei Zig remain in life till samsara's end. Page 49. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Mandranath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior, myself, and others, your disciples, please, please live long. And page 57, I'm so sorry. Prayers of dedication. Through this virtue, may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha's state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious Supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. On page 75, Ligme. Migme tse where ter chen chen ren rizik ime kien pe wang po jam pe yang gang chen ke